everybody, it is Rachel with another tutorial for you. So this is block 10-2 on the Queen of Diamonds. I already got started on stitching the triangles around the middle, but figured I would kind of pop in and show you how this works. So you just want to make sure that your lines are going the right way as you're stitching. I like to do that by actually laying it out as I stitch so that I don't accidentally do it wrong. So I'll leave this here, pick this up, stitch it, lay it back down, stitch it, stuff like that, so that it's pretty straightforward. I have been stitching the diamonds on the middle first, and then the next step will be feeding in these side pieces here. I should see a bit of there. So the way that I do that is basically I start here with my thread, I go to the end, tie a knot, then I keep going to the next thread, tie a knot, keep going to the next thread, tie a knot, and cut. And so I can keep one thread going without having to cut over and over again. I tie at the beginning of my thread. I don't tie at the beginning of the next line. That way, if I have to unstitch this next line for some reason, I have a knot at the end here, so this doesn't become undone, but I don't have a knot here, so it's a little easier to untie this side if I have to, unstitch that side if I have to. So that is the method. So we'll hopefully quickly get this sewn on. I am matching my thread to my darker purple. It seems to be working well. You can't really see my stitches at all, which is great. And so I will cut a piece of that, get the stitching, and we'll do that in fast motion for you so you can kind of see how the process works. All right, so we have all of our triangles on. They are radiating out from the middle, so that looks great. So the next step's going to be setting in our diamonds. This should be fairly straightforward. The diamonds we did with the tails both facing one direction, and we want that direction to be facing the sashing. So all of your tails are going to go away from your triangles, and we're just going to go ahead, and I'm not going to worry about laying these out. Normally I do that, but since these really have only one way they can go, as long as you're making sure your tails are going out, shouldn't be any issue. And yeah, so it should be fairly straightforward. We'll just flip this over, stitch down to the middle. So again, not at the beginning of our thread, not at the end of the line, no knot at the beginning, not at the end. If I can make it another one, then we'll knot at the end and keep going. So that's kind of our path we're going to take. I want to stick with my darker thread. It seemed to work really well against this lighter pink, so we'll see. If it stands out too much on the first one, I'll undo it and go with the lighter thread, but it's a little easier if I can stick with the same thread. So we'll try that out. So I'll do that in fast motion, a couple of lines so you can see it, and then show you once we're done that section. Okay, so I have all of these diamonds in set now, so those are all set. Pretty easy, straightforward. So the next step is going to be doing the two ends to finish out the diamond for the week. So we have a stripe going up and then a stripe going down. And you just want to make sure, as I showed in the basting video, that we have the fish that are swimming both ways. So you want to make sure your fish aren't swimming upside down. And we're just going to attach our triangles to this piece, and then we will attach these pieces to the big hexagon. So as simple as that. Pretty straightforward. Just try to match your thread. This tent stripe is a little bit hard to sew through where the paint is on the fabric. Just take small bites and kind of wiggle your needle as you go through, and it should be pretty easy to make it work. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and get that done. I'll do that in fast motion for you and show you the result at the end. Okay, so I have attached the small triangles to the top of each of these. And now the next step will be to just attach these to the hexagon. And again, just paying attention to the fish to make sure they're swimming upright. You don't want to accidentally put them in upside down after all this work. And yeah, so that'll be it. So we'll show you once this piece is done. Okay, so we have our completed diamond. The two ends have been put on. Easy peasy on this one. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments below. As usual, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you will get alerted by YouTube when I post another video. Hopefully this video helped you with this block. Yeah, and be on the lookout for the next videos. We have one more month left in this block of the month for actual diamonds, and then the last month we'll be putting on the sashing and putting the whole thing together, which I'm super excited about. So thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.